my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too! Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody? Good morning. Here we go.
Old. He is a neutered male. He weighs almost
neutered
50
male.
pounds.
Perfect timing.
He's happy-go-lucky. I mean, come on, look at that face. He even supposedly knows
look at the bumper
tricks,
pass.
how to sit, stay, speak, and even give
I like
well done,
him.
Huskers. Huskers is a graduate of the Canine Youth Alliance program, which provides training and enrichment to the dogs at the North Central Animal Shelter. And if you would be interested in adopting or fostering Huskers, he can't
Andrew,
wait to meet
MG,
you.
Ian,
He's at the North Central
MJ.
Animal Services Shelter. His ID number is
Bipolar, Alice,
8212-5761. Folks can also
Sadie,
learn more
Terry.
about all of the amazing animals available for
Brooke,
adoption at laanimalservices.com.
Man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ian. Let's go.
Thank you. I think we still
Fucking
retain our
contact's really
perfect
bothering.
record of adoption for dogs and cats that have been brought here to council chambers, so I hope Huskers will be the next in continuing that streak. Thank you very much, Councilmember Park. For our next presentation, Councilmember McOsker, are you ready to begin?
I vote,
Very good.
We
You
do
have the floor, sir.
presentations to animals versus people. What do you guys say? I'm down with that. Poor animals, though, have to deal with them. Feeling all right, Air Force. For some reason, that's why I was late here. Damn it. This contact's really bothering me in my right eye.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today we are here to celebrate these incredible girls' achievements. We are honoring the Banning High School girls basketball team, the newly crowned CIF Division III champions for 23-24. Let's hear it for Banning. These young women not only fill our community with so much pride, but they are really exemplify the true spirit of determination and teamwork. And I've had a chance to see them play several times over the past year. In sports, there are a few things more inspiring than witnessing a group of dedicated individuals who come together and rise to the top. And that's exactly what this girls basketball team has done. Throughout the season, these young women have exhibited unwavering commitment, resilience, and passion for the game. They've faced some really, really tough opponents, but they never lost sight of what their ultimate goal was, what their coach instilled them with at the beginning of training sessions, and that is bringing back a championship trophy, which they did. And behind every great team throughout our system are great folks who train and support them. We have coaches, we have the families, we have the fans who cheer them on at every game. With us today are great representatives of that support system. Coach Bridget Conejo, the head coach. Let's hear for Coach Conejo. And Principal Adela Ratana, the principal of Banning. They're each going to speak in a moment. I want to say that in late February, this was a fourth-seeded Banning girls team. They went to the LA City Section Division III championship, trying to win their first city championship since 1994. They came out with an aggressive full-court pressure defense that put Bernstein, I was at that Bernstein game, that put Bernstein on its heels as the Dragons committed 11 first-quarter turnovers, allowing our Pilots to take a 13-point lead on their way to a 53-24 win at Pasadena City College, ending a long championship drought. I want to give a shout out to Alina Agreta and Tavana Price, who scored 12 points apiece in that game. Let's hear it for them. It wasn't an easy win. Bernstein had beaten Banning earlier in the year. Bernstein had actually beaten Banning at the beginning of the year, 45-44, when the two teams met, and that was back in December. That's a sign of a great team. You lose to somebody in December, you work on your stuff, you come back and you beat them later. And I found out something really incredible when we were doing a little bit of research in the Daily Breeze.
There we go.
Alina told the reporter that earlier in the season they had a lot of problems dealing with pressure, with full court pressure. However, the week before the championship, the Banning boys team really helped them out, did some scout work to prepare them for the full
a couple of them closed down,
offense
though.
and defense, and that really helped them work together as a team
next to
in the big game to ultimately
Disneyland
bring
did.
home the second ever basketball title in school history, and the first since 1994.
Sucks.
So maybe that's a sign that behind every great girls team, there's a couple of boy scouts who help you guys out on the way. So I want to say congratulations to the Banning School girls basketball team.
Fucking buckethead over here, dude.
Proud. You've made the Wilmington community proud, a very proud community already, but you raised the bar on a proud Wilmington community. And generally, all of us in the 1-5 are really, really, really proud of you. So, are we going to repeat next year?
What's up, Kenneth?
Great. I want to introduce a couple of folks. I want to introduce Principal Adela Retana, who
Qwerty,
is
they're
such a great
2 hours
support
sometimes.
to all
Sometimes
of
they're
the
20 minutes.
extracurricular activities at
No way to
Banning.
really tell.
We have a great band. We have
I mean,
a great
other than there's
football
not a
team,
lot
we
of
have a
people
great
there,
girls
so
basketball team.
this is
We have
about
great
it.
sports. We have
We got
great
search and
activities,
rescue there.
and it really begins with a principal
out to
who's been so
USAR,
committed to this
Urban
school
Search
this
and
community
Rescue.
for years and years. And I want Principal Retana to come up and say a few words.
Hey, Ryan.
Thank you, Mr.
Having some
McOsker,
trouble with my
and
contact
what
on
a
the right eye.
great
It's
honor
bothering
it
me
is
this morning.
to speak on behalf of Phineas Banning High School. We are so very, very proud of our girls basketball team and our amazing coaches, Ms. Conejo and Ms. Nubia Flores. Quite honestly, I'm actually
Thank you,
very
Sky.
proud of Ms. Conejo, and just seeing her as a brand new teacher just a couple years ago to become an amazing coach
Appreciate
in
you,
just a
Sky.
very short amount of time to bring
That's Richard
a girls
Serrano back then.
basketball team championship.
Gave us a shout out last
Quite
week.
honestly, she just makes me very proud. She and her entire
Calamity.
team of coaches.
Hi, Dodgers.
The girls, you rocked
up,
it.
Mayor?
Good job. I'm very, very proud of you. Continue to make Wilmington, Banning,
did I leave my
Los
bag in
Angeles proud, because we are very, very proud of you. And quite honestly, we just continue to make great strides at Banning High School, City of Wilmington. Not only are we bringing on the athletics, we're bringing on great programs for our students. We have
Blew out a
this
bag
year,
yesterday, a
gotten
volcano
a
bag. Wasn't paying
California
attention,
Distinguished
and
Schools Award.
bang! Just weed.
Thank you.
Weed smoke everywhere.
We have also, for the second year, we have the Magnet Schools of America Merit
let me go get a
Award.
new bag,
So Banning High
'cause I
School
used
is
the other
doing
one in there.
great things in athletics, but also academically. And we're very, very proud of our community. We are a tight-knit community, and we thank you, Tim McOsker, for being part of the family. So thank you.
Thank you. Next, I want to introduce Coach Conejo, but I want to take a point of personal privilege. I have known Bridget since she was a little girl. She and my daughter and my niece and all of the kids in the McOsker family went to grade school together, and then one of my daughters and she went to high school together, and they played ball coming up for years and years and years and years. And there's a great story in our little San Pedro Holy Trinity community where Bridget Conejo, Miranda McOsker, and Katrina McOsker played 3-on-3 at recess and
Brand new one in the
and,
box.
lunch every single day, and took on all comers, boys, girls, didn't matter.
Yeah, Randy, it
And for
scared
about
the
3
shit
or
out of
4 years,
Stinks.
They were undefeated.
What
And
the
they went
fuck
on,
was that?
And they went on, and Bridget and my daughter
Sniffing
and
the
those
air
girls
'cause
went on
everything
to win a
stinks. The whole
CYO
fucking room
championship.
stinks like
and we're
weed.
here in these chambers with Janice
uh,
Hahn.
yeah,
I don't
you
know what
kinda
that
blew
was,
it off.
Years ago, in 8th grade.
Blew it away.
And I could not be more proud
Here's a
of
new one.
Ms.
Need to order
Conejo.
some more. I only have 2
I'm
more
proud of
new
her
ones
like
left.
she's
So.
one of my daughters.
Definitely
If you
need to
know
order
me,
some
You
new
know
ones.
the depth of what that means. She's such a strong, confident, smart, decisive young woman, and she is a great example. She's a great example of what a coach can be. She's a great example of what an LAUSD instructor can be. She's a great example of what a mentor can be. I love this kid. To me, she'll always be a kid. Coach Bridget Conejo.
I share food with Stinks. It's no weed. He does not like. He don't like the weed.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us today. There's a lot of talk about Ms. Conejo, but I just want to bring my assistant, Coach Nubia Flores, because without her, honestly, we wouldn't be here, and have the success that we had. I mean, Coach Nubia, thank you so much. She's truly passionate, dedicated, and committed. She is the heart of this program. And she did me a favor during COVID to help me coach this team and create a program at Banning High School. So Coach Nubia, I mean, I'm super grateful to have you. And honestly, we couldn't be here without you. And you are everything. So I really appreciate it. Like Mr. McCosker shared, we go back since 8th grade and 7th grade and 5th and all that. And I'm just super grateful, Mr. McCosker, for always having your support. When I see you in the stands, it just, kind of like warms my heart because, we do go way back. And I'm just, again, super grateful to have you in my life and just to see you at Banning and coming to Carson games and just, being there as support. It means a lot. Girls, I'm very proud of all of you. We only have one senior, Jesselyn Alvarez. So Jess, thank you for your commitment. She played with me all 4 years, and I'm sad to see her go, but I know she'll be a great person outside of high school. And everyone else is coming back, to my knowledge. So we have a strong team for next season, and we're only going to get stronger this offseason. So we look forward to making a great run in playoffs and hopefully coming back again for a repeat.
Boy, Milky.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support, and we are trying our best to create a program in Wilmington to kind of change the culture around female sports and specifically basketball. So again, it takes a village, and I'm super blessed to have great girls around me, and then Coach Nubia, Coach Hilda, Miss Ratana, Mr. Anderson, Miss Lim, Miss Faruya, we have the chef, Mr. Avila, everybody, right? They're there for us every single day.
Raekwon's the chef.
Really rely on them to help us create a program and just an enriching environment for our girls. So I think Coach Nubia deserves to speak because she's super passionate.
Took Stinks to the vet yesterday, and he's doing perfect, just to let you guys know. Took him for his checkup.
All right,
1 year.
I appreciate it. We definitely weren't planning on
Got him
speaking,
prescription again for his food.
I think that
he's only weighing 10.5 pounds.
Said,
he was wearing 15 before. Then he went down to 11. Remember? And when we took him, now he's at 10.5 a year later.
That's very hard to do.
So he's maintaining and keeping that weight down and off, which is
that
good.
Title. But for our program, these girls earned it. These guys were just dogs.
He's got to go get his teeth cleaned next month, though. Apparently he's got some tartar.
They were able to make this run.
So they want to do blood tests just to make more
them
money.
Being here, I hope they recognize
and
the
clean the tartar. And I said
you
can clip the nails then
on
too.
The city
so let them do
of
all
Los
that.
Angeles, Wilmington, and
next
people
month.
will recognize them. And they've seen the change, but I don't know if they understand the magnitude.
Right? That's
so
normal.
Thank you so much for giving them this memory that they earned, that they will never forget, that they'll be able to tell their children or their family and whoever it is that's in their lives later on. I hope they're able to really relish what you guys are doing for them.
I want to tell you.
And we hope that we can carry this
on,
was the best. Do it again, and of course bring it back to the city of Wilmington and make us proud.
I bring them in the carrier like you have to, right? It's either carrier or leash, or you're not allowed to bring them in. So I give them the carrier. I'm sitting in the room, but I could hear it through the other door. As soon as they put him in, oh my God, he's so cute. Oh, I could hear the two girls back there say.
For players we've ever had, Bridget started this program. Coach was trying to get kids in the hallways. So, again, this is just a true story. I always say it should be a Netflix documentary. Maybe one day we'll make that happen because it truly is a story of the underdog that came out on top, and that's our Banning Pilots. So, B-House!
Yeah, you got a full house. It's like a farmhouse there.
Also,
all
I want to point out that
kids and
Coach Nubia
animals. It's a good
Bridget
thing.
At one time. So
You're blessed.
Think of the circle of leadership and the circle of mutual support. Goes from being a
blessed,
coach to being
Thank you again for the nice
to a program that's on the rise. So really, really appreciate you, Coach Nubia. I do have a presentation, but we might have some words.
Thank you very much, Councilmember McCosker. I do want to recognize Councilmember Harris Dawson. Oh, you were on the queue.
6 dogs,
my apologies.
3 cats.
Okay,
3 kids and 2 cats.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
You.
But I bet you the animals get along.
Ladies, congratulations. You're not girls, you're young women. And I want to just celebrate and uplift, and especially to all the women that are helping to mentor and support you getting to this point. It's ridiculously impressive when you talk about how quickly you've ascended to accomplish this. And maybe you will get a Netflix special. You know, it's about time that we actually get some more space in there. So you ladies can help achieve that.
Shut up, Meg.
I hope it is an example that everyone takes note of, that it is possible. And through the examples that you all set through teamwork, finding the right combination of people that are helping to support and uplift one another,
is, Jersey
you made
girl.
the impossible possible. So
Never time for
congratulations
herself
to all
at
of
that
you.
point when you got that many people to take care of, that many, animals and
Mr.
kids
McCosker.
and- Yeah.
So thank you very
Full-time
much.
job.
On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, to Phineas Banning High School, we present this plaque recognizing the CIF calls it girls basketball team, but this young women's basketball team, the 2024 CIF basketball champions of Division III. We
Man, really,
conclude
what's the
with once a
difference?
pilot, always a pilot, but I do want to say, whose house?
B house.
Whose house?
B house.
Well, here you are, in your home.
Ram's house. That's whose house. Ram's house.
All right. Congratulations, champs. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you again, Liz.
Thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me this moment to talk about a group that I am very, very close with. If the members of CEMP would just stand up for a second. CEMP
sure to
stands
call
for
them
California
in.
Emergency Mobile Patrol, and they have been a volunteer emergency
Talvish, thank you.
team since 1962.
Happy Friday, Talvish.
They are very proud to celebrate over 60 years of consistent service, impeccable track record, and respected heritage. Today with us, we have Wes Kuykendall, Paul Burley, and Walter Hicks. And as they are the only suburban search and rescue team in the entire city of Los Angeles, they are recognized and utilized by the LAPD, Mountain Recreation and Conservation Authority, Park Rangers, County Police, LA County Sheriff's Department,
in
and
the
Los
shot.
Angeles Fire Department, and
On
they
his
do this
phone,
all on a volunteer
his visitor
basis.
pass.
On top of that, they do standby medical services, they provide lighting at different events. They are an official 501c3 nonprofit organization made up of men and women of all ages who share a passionate desire to give back to the community. And although utilized by city and county agencies, all of their funding comes from out-of-pocket expenses from their members or donations. The reason why I have them here today, and this is sort of going, against what having them feeling that we have them all to ourselves in Council District 12, is they actually serve 6 different council districts.
Hi, Salvador.
And we utilize them all the time, but they wanted to come here, and I wanted to recognize them here in City Council because they do work.
Thank you, Taylor.
For 6 of the council
Happy
members
Friday.
here. They do work for council, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, Council District 2, Council District 3, 5, 6, 7, and my district. And I want to make sure that they have cards for everyone because they also partner with your different
My girlfriend,
divisions
Laser
to
Lady's
help
back there.
whenever there is a missing
Look at her.
persons.
All
And
the way in the back.
they are someone that I know I have relied on, counted on over the years.
My
I personally
girlfriend
want
is
to say
in the
thank you
house.
to them for the partnership that we've had, because anytime we've had that type of emergency, anytime there is a missing persons report, we know that we call upon you right away, and you guys always help in those efforts. But on top of that, whether we have
wouldn't doubt it, AZB.
community
ACB.
fairs, block things, you guys are always there providing those medical services for us, and we really appreciate
Darlene.
it. I don't know how I feel about sharing you with the other 5 council districts, but I know that it's an important part of your mission. So I'm happy to have you here and introduce you to those council members because you do play a vital role here in the city of Los Angeles. So thank you very much, everybody. Round of applause for these gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee, and thank you, gentlemen, for your service to our city. All right. With that, I think we're ready to go to the public comment section of our meeting.
So they gave you the
Mr. Clerk,
service
Mr.
to the
City
city,
Attorney,
3
please
white
read
guys,
the
not
instructions.
even an O-Peachy folder.
Thank you, Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call
See you.
669-254-5252
There you go. You wanna call in? It's right there.
and use meeting ID number
There's the number, 669-254-5252.
525-8466, and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for a participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9
Search
to
and
request to
rescue
speak.
team gets
When it is your turn
nothing.
to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Imagine
Then
coming all
repeat,
that way,
call
doing all of what you do for your
669-254-5252, and use
then
meeting
getting
ID number
0 recognition.
160-535-8466, and then press pound. Then press pound again.
I
when
assure
prompted
you,
for a
if they weren't
participant
3
ID.
white dudes,
Once
they
admitted
probably
into the
would've
meeting,
got
press
something.
star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom
What?
voice will
They're,
ask you to press star 6 to
El
unmute.
Diablo Blancos, like me. They're
people
white
providing
devils,
public
just like
comment,
me.
When it is your
We're
turn
all
to
a
speak,
part of the
either at the podium
Wachutu
or on the
tribe.
phone, please state which of the agenda items you would like to speak to.
Not even a
You
folder,
will have
nothing.
1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total, for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you
Oh
are
yeah,
not
if
on
he was
topic,
some DEI
or
hire, he
if
for
we
sure
cannot
would have
tell
got
whether
that
you are on
and the
topic,
frame.
you will get one brief
That's what
warning
happens when you're
from
not the
me or
DEI
president.
hires.
At that point, you need to get immediately
It's that
and clearly on
false
topic.
propping
If
up.
you do not do so, or if you again
know?
stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of
That's
your
their way
speaking
to
time,
bring
and we will move on to the
equality.
next speaker. The items open for public comment are 1 and 2 and 6 and 7.
look smart
So
today.
again, the items that are open for public comment on the agenda
Hair's done
are items
nicely,
1
I
and
guess.
2 and 6 and 7. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the other items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in, when it is your turn to speak, an automated
You like
message from
Dro-
Zoom will
Taylor?
prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so,
We don't see Fable
council
too
staff
much
will
anymore.
prompt you once more. At that point, you need to
does
immediately
say,
unmute
except for the
yourself,
very
or
back, like where
unfortunately,
his calic
you
is,
will
it's
forfeit
starting
your
to come
time,
up.
and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally, because of a brief time delay
I could because
between the
sitting
live
against the
meeting and the
chair like
broadcast,
this, you know?
two things are
Your hair
important.
just gets kind of
First,
matted.
while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep an ear to the phone so you know in real time when it is your turn to press *6 to unmute. Second, if you're listening to this meeting on another device,
I hope we get
please
all
turn
the
down the
regulars.
volume on that
Come on, let's
device
get a lot of
immediately
regulars.
when
I
it
want
is your
Daniel
turn to
Gus.
speak.
I want Johnny G.
Between the feedback and
I
the
want
time
Mr.
delay, it
Harlan,
will cause a
Mr.
great deal of
Sachs,
confusion
Mr.
if you
Herman.
continue to listen on your other devices.
I want all them folks. Mr. Spindler.
All right,
I want
thank
the
you.
laser
So with
lady.
that, I'm going to call out a number of names, and as I call your name, please make your way to your left-hand
want,
side of the chambers, and the
Stacy, get up
sergeants
in
will
there.
direct you up to the podium. You don't need to speak in
Be
the order
great to
that I
have just
call
like a
you.
full
but
fucking
please don't
all-star
line up
lineup.
until I do call your name. So I'm going to start with Richard Serrano,
Ooh, there's one.
Candido Mares,
Oh,
Harriet
50 guns.
Elliott,
Oh.
Andrew
Pandering.
Grabner,
Oh,
Alejandra
under over
Perez,
22.
Angelica Hernandez,
Under
and
over
Angela
22.
Kissinger, please.
Okay? Because he might be up first. He's going to be up second. So, again, under or over 22. Oh, my girlfriend's up first. Shout out to her, the laser lady.
Elliott from Council.
Good morning. Which items would you
Love
like
her.
to speak to?
No, none. General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public
Okay.
comment.
Last time I said that 20 of my friends have been killed, and that is absolutely true. I haven't been kvetching and talking about it like a gossipy. I've actually gone to CSUN and say the 2 teachers that I think were killed because they helped me. One woman, political science 155, they won't let me investigate. So I need someone to help me investigate if she's still around. Okay? The leader of the dissidents about directed energy is named Robert Duncan, but this is another woman. She's very religious, Renee Pittman. If you are religious yourself, maybe you feel comfortable reading her book. You won't believe anything she says, but it's exactly what my life is. And it's strange, okay? Robert Duncan did not believe in implants. He's not helping people with implants. So if the book says implants, it's not him, and someone is impersonating him. They're doing that right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Sounds
please.
like a job for Brock Landers.
A law enforcement type
22
guy
or
who
over.
is hired
Under
by
22.
people
Good morning.
to
Which
stop
items
these
would you
bad
like to speak to?
6, 7, and general comment.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
All right, so 6 is putting a Walk of Fame star, Richard Blade, on the Walk of Fame. I mean, I don't really have an objection to Richard Blade. I haven't heard of any issues with him.
Who is
He's okay. I mean, he's like a radio host, I think, or something like that. That said, I don't know why that's the priority right now. Walk of Fame stars. I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of other things the city could be addressing right now other than Walk of Fame stars. So nothing against the Walk of Fame, and nothing against most of the people you've been honoring recently, but, you know, there are other priorities the city could have right now. 7 is related to crime statistics on Metro. You know, we're hearing all these news reports about how Metro is, you know, completely unsafe and we're going to die if we ride Metro or something, And that's mostly being used as a way to try to increase the surveillance and police state on Metro, and subject riders to more police surveillance, more criminalization of just random stuff, and more harassment of poor people who struggle to pay fares. Fares that don't even make sense, that are basically a scam because Metro spends more money on fare enforcement than revenue than they get in fare revenue. So it's not to say that things are perfect on Metro, but we don't want more cops, we don't want more surveillance. I'm a daily Metro rider.
I bet.
So yeah. All right, let's move on to general public comment.
So you have 1 minute.
Paul, why are you putting the known racist back on committees? Why is Kevin being put back on committees? And why is Curran being put back on committees? I thought you were going to examine further suspending Curran Price. You said that at the committee, a year ago? When are we going to have another more further discussion on suspending Curran Price? Because Curran Price should not be voting while he's under federal investigation for corruption.
It's true.
And he certainly shouldn't be on committees.
It's true.
And Kevin, I can't believe I'm saying that Mitchell Farrell did the right thing for once in his life. He at least recognized that Kevin needs to be off committees. That's a way to hold him accountable. You're giving him this power back. Committees he's completely unqualified to even be on. And, has all kinds of issues. So he needs to go. You need to go. Thank you, Ulysses, for being the only ones.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Oh, the unders win 14. He's off his game. Richard Serrano, everybody. Richard Serrano gave us a shout-out yesterday. Shout out to Richard Serrano.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
All items and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
721 in the House. Union, we should not be looking for representation. These union people know that things are due, and our council people should be giving them this information and attention before they ask for it, not when election time comes around.
Proactive, not reactive.
They're here to ask for your support, but they shouldn't be asking for it. You should have been there for them. They shouldn't have to make a public display. You guys seem to only pay attention when cameras are around, news reporters.
It's true.
They're here asking for that. Give them that respect. To all the mothers, a todas las madres de Los Ángeles, feliz Día de las Madres, el día 10. Number 7, Metrolink.
Hi, Geeky.
Being on the clock don't mean you're doing your assignment. Asking for these reports mean that somebody already knows somebody's not doing their job. To hold them accountable now, that means somebody's seen something and said, where are these people? If they're getting paid, why are we having these crimes? It needs more than a report. It needs a council person to be there to monitor these people. Not after a report. 8114, you still haven't got anything out there, no transparency. You can't fix everything, but at least you can be transparent. This Metrolink situation, we have a light rail coming through Pacoima and Arleta. This doesn't help to solve that situation, that we're going to have that same thing going on that platforms. No one wants to ride on it, not even somebody from the Metro Commission.
So, Speaker, you've used your 1 minute on this item. Please move on to another item.
Ms. Park, I applaud you for being that person that represents your community. McCoster, the same thing. Thank you for being there, for banning. You're incredible for your community, and there's certain members here that I've already spoken to you directly. You guys are incredible. You really do represent what a city council person is supposed to be, not personal agendas. The marijuana plant situation.
Speaker, I can't tell which item you're speaking to, and you've already used your 1 minute for general public comment at the beginning. So please speak to the items. That's items 1 and 2.
I haven't spoken on general public comment. You have given me 2 minutes on
your
the-
initial comments to the union or about the unions were not on the
I
agenda.
just said hello to them. I did not speak on them. Can I have 1 minute for public comment, please?
Mr. Serrano, this is not
I
your
know.
time
It's
to
called
talk to the
Balco Corey's
audience.
Council.
It's your time to talk to us. But you can continue on. Okay. Okay. Candido?
That's my point. You guys tell us what to talk about.
Yeah, because you have to speak to our agenda, and you have 1 minute for general public comment. That's it.
Okay, can I? Oh, now I got 1 minute. Thank you.
I will give you another 30 seconds to speak more on general public comment, just because you misunderstood that at the beginning. Go ahead.
We go into a situation that you should be looking at the financial crisis gonna be not for 3 years. It's a 5-year cycle. The numbers are false that you're reading. I told you this in November 2022. Now you can redirect this situation, street services, sanitation workers, reclassify them, have them come in Saturday through Wednesday. Wednesdays at night, you don't need new equipment. You just put them in after hours. So they keep doing the cleanup. They're not going to be laid off, but at least you're giving up that overtime that you're giving to the other workers. Cleaning every 2 weeks is not going to clean the city up. Only when the cameras are there is when the council people are out there with the people to do cleanup. No, around the clock until we get it cleaned up.
It's true. Shout out to the pink hoodie guy just rolled in too. The great panderer, everybody.
Good morning. Which item would you like to speak to?
All items and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please
Thank you,
begin with
sir.
the items.
Thank you. I'm glad that Water and Power is starting to plug those holes and receive those discounts they were giving out. Wait, no, that's not on the agenda, correct? 5 is not. All right, let's go to the Metro. I have a granddaughter who goes to UCLA, and once in a while she has to use that kind of transportation. And I fear for her. She's 19 years old, and she's not really aware of what's going on around her. And so I can't imagine what it's like riding that bus or riding that train and being in fear all the time. It's something that truly the city, the county, and has to really take a look at and make our transportation much safer. Let me move on to general public comments, sir.
Okay,
May I?
so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. McCoster, I want to thank you for bringing banning. This is why I come here. When you see young kids like this who really didn't have a chance many years ago are flourishing and doing, and I was wondering who the center was. There was nobody really tall, so. But again, thank you for making our day. Ms. Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, I have dubbed you the lady of rehabilitation. You had what was it called? Inner City Struggles here the other day. You had the foster youth program with the mayor. In the past, you've also brought other groups who are changing the lives of youth. So I christen you the lady of rehabilitation, because I want to make sure that when you leave here, you leave with your honor, your dignity, and you can stand up and say, you know what, I did it my way. Because you're doing it your way. I hope and pray you are not corrupted, because corruption is something so possible here. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you would like to speak to.
Okay, today I'm speaking on all items. My name is Alejandra Aguilar Perez, and I'm here on behalf of all fast food workers. I'm trying to get a law out here to support us, to get a safety law for perfect training management, as well as...
Speaker, this isn't on the agenda, but you can speak to it during general if you'd like. Are there any agenda items you'd like to speak to?
Okay, I would like to speak on more safety methods as well as training for
1 minute
our
for general public
workers to keep us safe at work. And everyday life situations, we live situations will could put us in life a risk or death, or practically could get us killed. That's why I'm trying to reach out to all of you guys, please. As well as schedules, our hours been dropped every single day. We've been losing hours because of the time that they decided to change our hours and getting paid $20 that the bosses that are up there do not realize that you guys are hurting us in so many types, shapes, or forms. Single mothers, as well as every single worker, is getting hurt because you guys have forgotten how you guys got up there by workers like us that are being mistreated, abused, and are basically risking their lives to support you guys. I got chased by a customer at the store. I knew how to react, but I reacted with my first instance. My first instance was protecting all my workers, and I told to go to the back.
Speaker, your
Thank
time
you
has
very
expired.
much. Next speaker, please.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. When you thought 20 an hour was going to do it for you.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you would like to
I
speak
don't know
to.
if that's plausible.
Buenos
Electric.
días, mi nombre es Angélica Hernández y pues soy trabajadora de comida rápida y estoy aquí para pedirles que pasen una ley.
If you could just pause for 1 minute.
Good morning, my name is Angelica Hernandez and I'm a worker of fast food and I'm here to ask you to request to pass a law
Para tener más protección en nuestro trabajo, porque yo no sabía mis derechos hasta que yo me metí a esta lucha.
to have more protections at our works because I didn't know what my rights were until entering into this struggle.
Y de verdad que es bien importante saber nuestros derechos porque yo he sido víctima de robo de salario, de acoso sexual y no nada más yo, somos 50,000 trabajadores aquí en Los Ángeles.
So it is important to know our rights because I've been a victim of sexual harassment and abuse, and we are like being victims here in the city of Los Angeles.
Y por eso estamos aquí de pie en este día tan importante para nosotros, que es el Día de las Madres, para pedirles que pasen esta ley para tener más protección y más derechos en nuestro trabajo y saber los derechos que debemos de tener, que nuestras compañías no nos los dicen.
So we're here standing up today on this important day, which is Mother's Day. So to request that please pass these laws to get more protections, to more rights, and also to know what our rights, because our companies are not telling us what our
Spindler
rights.
and Candido, were they arguing there?
Espero que estén a favor de nosotros y nos apoyen en esta ley que estamos pidiéndoles. Muchas gracias.
So I hope that you are in our favor and that you support us to pass this law that we are requesting for.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before our next speaker begins, I'm going to call out a few more names.
That's what happens when you don't get a good education, kids, if you watch it.
Spindler, Anaisha Williams.
Stuck in a shithole job.
Jalen Lube.
Hoping that you get more crumbs from these folks, and they don't care
Julie
either way.
Monroy and Julieta
Then when you
Garcia.
get the more money, they cut your hours, so it's
Good
like
morning.
you're making the
If you could
same
please
amount
remind us of
anyway.
the name you signed up under and the items you would like to speak to.
Good morning. My name is Angela Kissinger, and I'm here to pass laws for the fast food workers.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay. This morning I would like to speak on behalf of the Fair Work Ordinance, which is advanced scheduling, and also personal time off, spend time with family, take care of personal business, mandatory know your rights training. What are the rights as a fast food workers? What is the protection that we can receive within our job to ensure that we are working in a safe environment? So these are some of the things that we would like for you to consider to pass. It's very important. We're very hard workers. We deserve it, and we would like for you to take this into consideration. And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Why do they bring their kids there? Because they can't afford the, what do you call it? The babysitter's probably $35 an hour now for a nice babysitter.
Estoy aquí para
probably
suplicarles
why.
que si pueden aprobar una ley que proteja a los trabajadores de comida rápida. He sido víctima.
Espera un momentito, señora.
Who knows? Probably 40, 50 bucks
my
an
name is
hour. I have no
Julieta
clue what
Garcia,
babysitter
and
costs
I'm here
now.
to beg you to
But they used to
approve
cost
a
20
law
a long
to
time
protect
ago, so they
the
can't still be
workers of the
20 an hour
fast
now.
Food industry. Continúe.
He sido víctima de robo de salario detrás de las compañías de comida rápida. Existen muchos abusos.
I've been a victim of being stolen of my salary. There's a lot of abuses that are happening in these companies.
He sido víctima de recorte de horas. A la semana solo tengo 10 horas. a la semana. Estoy hablando
Free
que al mes
daycare?
tengo
Well,
30 horas
not true.
de
I don't
trabajo,
know where they're
con lo
getting
cual
that.
no puedo sobrevivir con 30 horas de trabajo al mes.
And also, I've been a victim of being cut off my hours of work. So now, at this moment, I have only 10 hours per week. That means 30 hours per month. I cannot survive with only 30 hours of
don't
work
know,
per
man.
month.
En Pizza Hut, en donde trabajo, me han negado mis permisos por enfermedad, aún así presentándoles constancias médicas.
Did she
Me
say
han
Pizza
negado
Hut?
mis permisos por enfermedad.
And at Pizza Hut, that's the place where I work, I've been denied my permits for sick days. And even though I did show the proof from the doctors, they still deny it and they don't let me take off these days.
Tomaron represalias en mi contra a la hora de yo unirme al sindicato de trabajadores de comida rápida.
And they were retaliating against me at the moment that I decided to join the union of the fast food workers.
Es por eso que les suplicamos que pasen esta ordenanza
That's why we beg you to please pass this ordinance
y obligar a estas compañías multimillonarias a que nos den entrenamiento sobre nuestros derechos.
and to force these companies, our multi-millionaire companies, to give us training regarding our rights.
Para que dejen de haber abusos de esta índole.
So they can, so we stop having these kind of abuses.
Gracias.
Shout out to Pizza Hut for fucking everybody over.
The fresh hotness is back at Pizza Hut, baby.
And while we're waiting for the next
That's a little
speaker,
too
if I
loud,
could have the
bro.
interpreter just make this announcement. So anybody who is here who requires a Spanish interpreter, please keep in mind that we need to have slight pauses so that
The
we can
fresh
actually
hotness is
interpret for
back
you.
at Pizza Hut,
We do
baby.
pause your
That's
time
better.
when the interpreter is speaking.
Ok, a todos los que necesitan aquí interpretación para el español, si pueden hacer pausas, hablen un poquito y hagan una pausa, y el tiempo en que la intérprete habla, ese se lo descuentan, así que lo paran el
Slow
reloj
down.
para que no
I
pierdan
can't
su
wait till
minuto, ¿ok?
he talks.
Thank you. Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you would like to speak to.
Ok, muy buenos días. Mi nombre es Cándida Macín.
Good
Soy-
morning, my name is Candida Macin,
Soy trabajadora de la comida rápida.
and I am a worker on the fast food industry.
Estoy aquí para que me gustaría que Los Ángeles fuera histórico en pasar una nueva ley
I would like Los Angeles to make history in passing this new law,
para que todos los trabajadores sepan de sus derechos, porque
Sí.
hay muchos que no saben sus derechos.
so all the workers know about their rights, because many of us, we do not know our rights.
Y los demás estados también pudieran hacer lo mismo.
And it would be good if the other states could do the same thing.
Y por eso les estoy pidiendo que si nos ayudan a pasar esta ley,
That's why
para
I'm,
que todo trabajador sepa de sus derechos.
so that's why I'm requesting, please help us pass this law so all the workers know about their
That's nice,
rights.
Greg. They
Y
do that at
así
Little
tengan
Caesars here for the
entrenamientos
homeless folks.
En sus trabajos,
A lot of them will
So we
line
can
up
all
and
have
they'll just give them
training in
each
our
a
works,
leftover pizza.
in our jobs.
si yo no haya conocido por la unión, yo no supiera de mis derechos.
If I
Por
wouldn't-
eso les pido
If I wouldn't have joined the union, I would know nothing about my rights. So that's why I'm begging you
que haya una ley para que sepan sus derechos.
that we may have a law so we can all know our rights.
Gracias, que pasen un lindo día.
Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
No, thank you, Mr. Acavano.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Julie Monroy y soy una trabajadora de comida rápida.
Good morning, my name is Julie Monroe and I'm a worker
back to
of
back
fast
right
food. Tiene un minuto, señora.
Gracias. Estoy el día de hoy aquí para pedirles que por favor nos apoyen y sean un poco empáticos en nuestra lucha.
I am here today to ask you to please support us and be to have empathy for our struggle.
That's crazy,
Necesitamos
Julius.
que nos
See,
ayuden
that's
a
what I say.
apoyar la
People think I
ordenanza
lie.
que tenemos en mano en el momento.
We
Fucked
need
up.
you to support the ordinance that is at our hands at this
Bidenomics
moment.
for you.
Porque estamos siendo víctimas de muchos problemas en el trabajo.
Because we are victims of so many problems at our job.
No solamente yo, sino todos los compañeros. Somos más de 50,000 trabajadores en la comida rápida.
It's not just me, it is all my companions too. We're more than 50,000 in the industry of fast food.
Estamos sufriendo robos de salario, acoso sexual. Somos víctimas de asaltos a mano armada.
So we are suffering of all kind of things like sexual abuse, and they're stealing our salaries, and we're victims of assault with like weapons.
So, yo nomás les pido por favor que nos den un minuto de empatía para nosotros y nos ayuden a pasar esta ordenanza.
So that's all I'm asking, for 1 minute of your empathy so we can pass this ordinance.
Es todo lo que les puedo pedir y que nos ayuden por favor. Muchas gracias y
That's
que
all
tengan
I-
feliz fin de semana.
That's all I can ask. Thank you so much, and may
Thank you
you have
very
a good
much.
weekend.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Before our speaker comes up, I'm going to call out some more names. Lizeth Aguilar, Lourdes Flores, Ms. Hernandez, Laura Pozos, Sam Sulek, Sergio Valderrama, and Veronica Rivera.
All items, please, Mr. Attorney. Number
3 minutes
6.
for the items.
Number 7. Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority buses safety train platform, especially crime statistics. I want to ask Council Member Rodriguez. Well,
Who's
obviously,
Sam
no surprise
Sulek?
she's not
I mean,
here.
him, but
How many violence, how many breaking news do you have to see? How many drivers has to get stabbed in order for you to know it's dangerous? How many passenger, how many Latina lady has to be killed in order for you to understand it's very dangerous? How many homeless men, how many drug overdose, how many violent assault, sexual assault on the breaking news? In order for you to understand, we need more cops, we need more law enforcement, not the ambassadors. You're talking about ambassadors? I saw they are smoking cigarettes on the platform. I see they are watching TikTok on the platform. I saw they are eating Oreo cookies on the platform. I have no idea what kind of job they are doing to promote public
You've
safety.
exhausted your 1 minute on item 7. I'm also going to ask you to please not
He
yell
ain't
into
lying.
the microphone as it goes right into the ears of our
no, he ain't lying
Okay,
either.
so continue to the general public comment.
Okay, so
General
you have 1
public
minute for
comment,
general public
Ms.
comment.
Hernandez. I would like to request you, because after apologizing you for several times, my apology continuously to be denied. That is okay. But I would like to know, can I request the right to live in your district, to take the metro, bus, train with safely, and then coming back to home with one piece? How many times we have to be assaulted? How many times we have to be attacked? How many times we have to call LAPD, but 10 minutes, 20 minutes, nobody responds? How many times that we have to request LAPD to do something, and then there's not enough officer to cover the train? Ms. Hernandez, I'm not a Latina enough to get your attention. I'm not a black enough to get your attention. I'm not a white enough to get a response. I'm only trying to apologize to you for what I said, at the same time requesting to live with safety in your community on the metro bus. Thank you. I will continue to apologize.
Your time is concluded,
I
and please
love
stop
him.
yelling into the microphone. As you've been warned, that hurts the translators. That could actually injure the translator.
I fucking love
I
him.
neglected to call Carlos
He's
Amado.
worth every minute.
So
I love him.
Apologize for that. If Carlos Amado could also come up, and I've called all of the names of those who've signed up now.
Where's
and if you could
Spindler?
pull the microphone
There he
down. Pull the microphone.
Spindler
Just
should be
pull it
next.
down.
Who knows?
Good morning.
Morning. If you could please remind us
He's
of the
he
name you
is
signed
pretty
up under
awesome.
and the items you'd like to speak to.
There's Goat right here. He's got the puppet in
Buenos
his
días, mi
hand.
nombre es Lisette Aguilar.
Good morning, my name is Lisette Aguilar,
Soy trabajadora de McDonald's
and I am a worker of McDonald's
por más de 20 años.
for more than 20 years.
Y hoy estoy aquí juntamente con todos mis compañeros de la comida rápida
And I am here together with all my companions from the fast food industry
para pedirles que pasen una ordenanza
to ask you to request to pass an ordinance
que nos apoyen a todos los trabajadores de la comida rápida
to support all the workers of fast food,
a tener entrenamientos,
that we may have training,
también para tener lugares seguros
Also to have safety,
del trabajo,
like safety
They
in the
are, Mayor.
environment at work.
ya que muchos de nosotros hemos pasado por muchas violencias en el trabajo.
Since many of us, we went through so much violence in our work.
Les pedimos también en esta ordenanza que podamos tener nosotros horarios flexibles,
We are also requesting that we may have flexible schedule,
ya que las futuras generaciones,
because the future generations,
como mi hijo
like my son,
y como los hijos de muchos compañeros de trabajo,
as well as the sons and daughters of many of my co-workers,
necesitan estar seguros.
they need to be safe.
Por eso hoy en esta mañana yo les pido
So today, in this morning, I request you,
que se toquen el corazón
please touch your heart,
y se pongan en nuestro lugar
put yourself in our feet, in our shoes,
y aprueben una ordenanza.
and approve this ordinance.
Yo he sido víctima
I've been a victim
de robo de salario,
of salary theft,
de discriminación.
discrimination.
Por eso es muy importante para mí que aprueben esta ordenanza.
That is why personally it's very important for me that this ordinance is approved, so we can be trained,
Para que todos conozcamos nuestros derechos.
so we can all be acquainted with what are our rights.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Gracias. Boogers on the wall, thank
Gracias.
you.
Next
Appreciate
speaker,
you. Happy Friday. Everybody, viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Thank you, Mr. Pumpkinhead. So number 6, Richard Blade. Who the fuck is that? Richard Blade? Only Bob is old enough to know who he is. Who is he? Oh, he used to be a DJ on K-Rock. KROQ. Oh, actually, John Lee might remember that when he was trying to be white as a kid. Remember that? You want to go on and go, K-Rock. You want to go 102.7 Kiss FM and 106.9 K-Rock. See, they tried to be, Richard Blade tried to be like Rick Dees. But you see, he wasn't talented enough to be like him, so he had to be the Australian fake version of the great Rick Dees. He doesn't deserve a star on the Hall of Fame. Well, they'll shit on it. Oh, that's different. As long as his star gets crapped on by homeless criminals every day, I will support number 6. A friendly amendment. Then number 7, we have the Ambassador Program. How come Bob Bourbonbleld and that racist Tracy Park will not amend the instructions to get the demographic breakdown of the perpetrators of the crimes? What are the demographics of the perpetrators of the crimes? What's wrong, Moni Cow? You don't want to tell the people that it's 88% black that are the perpetrators of the crime? No, you want to break it down to the victims only. How about you, Pat McOsker, known as Tim? Isn't that why you just got removed from the Public Safety Committee? Because you're such a worthless fuck? Yes, I think it's time we do an amendment. We want to know the victims, but we want to know the demographics of the perpetrators of the crime, too. So when we see those type of people, we know to run the other way. And then we have number 1, CD10. Heather Hutt, the disgraced unelected councilwoman, wants to give away a dedication of real property as a public street off Washington Boulevard. Well, that's a total shithole. Washington Boulevard is filled with RVs and drug dealers and prostitutes. Well, that actually sounds cool. Yes, but then when you go there and you buy crack, they always give you a bad supply. They never test their drugs. So on number 1, I'd like to make a friendly amendment when you go off of Washington Boulevard to start giving certifications that the crack that you're receiving is up to lab standards.
That's right.
And that way we'll reduce the fentanyl needs. And again, if you want fentanyl, all you have to do is go down to Vermont or Washington Boulevard, ask for Jose, and he'll give you all the free fentanyl he wants, or so I heard. And now the general comment. Did you see what happened to Unisys? Unisys got fucked over by your petty pink-skinned president. She was removed from the Energy Committee and replaced by Kevin De Leon. Did you know that, Bob? Did you know how they fucked over Eunices Hernandez? Did you know that? And how about Monical, that miserable Monical, letting Curran Price, the indicted council member, be put on the Public Safety Committee, replacing Pat, known as Tim McOsker. And that buckethead won't even say a goddamn fucking word about it, will you? You see, so Goat Puppet's not the troublemaker. Goat Puppet's not the racist. You are the racist. You are the troublemakers. So, I'll have more to say about it next week. But remember, there's one thing you should do. Fuck the city council and fuck all their mothers. Thank you.
Okay, next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of
I
the
fucking love him,
like
dude. I mean, I don't
Buenos
care.
días, mi nombre es Lourdes Flores
Good morning, my name is Lourdes Flores,
y trabajo acá en un Taco Bell de Los Ángeles
and I work right here at the Taco Bell in Los Angeles.
y vengo aquí
Spindler
para
and
pedirles
Candido are mad
ayuda
at each
para
other
una
now.
ley que proteja a los trabajadores,
And I'm here to ask you for help for a law that may protect the workers.
ya que en mi tienda hay muchos incidentes de violencia.
And in my store there are many incidents of violence.
En una ocasión yo salía del walking y oí
That's definitely a
gritos
drop.
On one occasion I was coming out of the bathroom, I think said, and I've heard some yelling.
y miré que tenían a mi compañera acorralada con algo en la mano, no alcancé a ver.
And I saw that my co-worker, she was at a corner with something on the hand, and I couldn't really see
They
what it
arguing?
was.
Me quedé congelada, no supe qué hacer.
I froze and I didn't know what to do.
Me sentí en peligro
I felt in danger.
y ya después ya reaccioné, pero ya no miré nada. Eso ya que es lo que pido, que una ley que nos ayude.
And
Y
then
no-
finally I reacted, but basically I'm asking for a law that may help us.
No sabía de mis derechos hasta que conocí la unión.
Because I didn't know anything about my rights until I came in contact with the union.
Oh, y también que nos ayuden a pasar que obliguen a las compañías a tener entrenamiento para
Also-
los empleados.
Also, we want the companies to be forced to have a training for the employees.
Y mejores horarios para trabajar uno.
And also we need better working schedules,
Y llegar a salvo a casa.
and that we may come back home safe.
Yeah, I think
Thank you.
Candido was
Next
mad
speaker,
at
please.
Spindler for what he said about their moms.
Gracias.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Laura Pozos.
Good
Soy
morning.
trabajadora de comida rápida
Good
aquí
morning.
en Los Ángeles.
Good morning, my name is Laura Pozos and I am a fast food worker here in Los Angeles. ¿Tiene un minuto, señora?
Sí. Hace unos 4 meses en el trabajo me llaman porque atropellaron a mi hija y tuve que salir de emergencia. Mi
4
hija,
months ago, I got a call on my work. My daughter got in an accident, so I had to get out like in a rush, an emergency.
estuve pocos días cuidando de ella porque en el trabajo no me pagaron esos días para cuidar de ella.
I had to stay only a few days taking care of her because at my job, they didn't pay for those days that I had to take care of my daughter.
10 minutes. Thanks.
Si yo tuviera tiempo libre pagado, eso hubiera hecho la diferencia para quedarme más días con ella al cuidado.
If I would have some paid days off, then that would have made such a difference. I could have stayed with her, looking after her and caring for her.
Me gustaría que nos apoyen con esa ordenanza para tiempo libre pagado.
So we want to be supported. We would like you to support us in that ordinance so we can have some free time, like paid days.
Eso hubiera hecho la diferencia para estar más tiempo con mi hija y saber acerca sobre de mis derechos. Muchas gracias.
And that would have made such a difference to take care of my daughter and also to know
Oh, no,
about
for
my
sure.
rights. Thank you.
There's a place already here in Pasadena. It's a robot that makes pizza, I want to say it is. You just watch
Good
it.
morning.
Good
Put in
morning.
whatever you
If could
want on the
please remind us
kiosk.
of the name you signed
Pay.
up under and the items
Now
you'd like
it
to speak
comes.
to.
Nobody takes the
Yeah,
money.
Adam, I
Nobody
wanna
makes the
speak to you
food.
about the new law ordinance for
All
fast food
all
workers.
automated.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, and my name is Sergio Valderrama. I worked for McDonald's for the last 13 years. And basically what we're trying to do is we want you guys to help us pass a new law that can also help us with predictable scheduling. Myself, I've been working, like I said, 13 years for McDonald's. Basically, before the new winning that we had in the new increase on the minimum wage for $20, I used to work more than 30 hours a week, which it went down to 14 hours a week. And sometimes, ridiculously, they just cut me off earlier. From those times, they already had me set up for schedule, saying that the labor is always high or there's too many people working. And basically, all we want from you guys is just to have some empathy for the fast food workers, that we're trying to support our families. Is no longer a student's job. Like students don't even get in the kitchen when we have to do everything else around. And we just want you guys to support us for a fast food fair work ordinance. That's all we need from you guys. Thank you.
I wish this dude would have went to a trade school.
Next speaker, please.
13 years in, he'd be a great plumber, welder, carpenter, probably with his own business.
Please remind
Not
us.
even working for anybody else, making six figures, well into the six figures.
Tengo 5 años
Sad deal.
trabajando en Burger King.
And I've been working for 5 years at Burger King.
Y estoy aquí para pedirles que por favor pasen la ordenanza.
I am here to please beg you to pass the ordinance.
Estamos pidiendo
A barber? Yeah, barbers make nice
que la
money.
pasen porque estamos sufriendo de abusos psicológicos o verbales. Nos roban nuestros salario o nos cambian el horario.
So here, basically, we are asking that to pass this ordinance because we are suffering all kind of psychological abuse, also verbal abuse, also salary theft.
$50 fries for the win.
Yo no sabía de mis derechos, ahora ya lo sé. Salimos a huelga.
I didn't know anything about my rights. Now I'm more informed, and we have to go on strike.
Desafortunadamente, pues, tomaron represalias en nuestra contra y pues pedimos que apoyen esta legislación.
Chris B, that's going away. Robots are already there, filling your own orders. I've seen them, videos of them. Taking the shit off the shelf, boxing it.
Gerentes o para los dueños.
They put it in
para
bins
los
and humans take the bins.
Also, that we may have training for the managers.
So, sooner or later, that job will be gone.
Y por eso es que les pedimos que aprueben la legislación. Gracias.
That's why we are asking to approve this legislation.
It'll be a while till
Thank
they
you.
make robots that are carpenters and all
Next
that stuff.
speaker, please.
Welders, yeah, they have welding robots now in every auto factory in America.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items
Become
you'd like to speak to.
somebody who knows how to fix robots, like an aviation mechanic kind
I
of.
sign under the general comments.
Okay.
This is my second time coming to talk to you. This is regarding the El Fresco program that you, as a council group, approved on December 15, 2023, in which we, residential property
I did
owners,
grilled cheese.
were
Did you
never
go?
invited to participate on this issue. I and my mother are being really negatively impacted by the El Fresco program because next to us, 5577 West Adams Boulevard, there is a small commercial property. Due to the El Fresco program, got a permit to put chairs and tables under our windows. And Mrs. Hutt is not here today. She's from District Number 10. And I'm being sent to talk to you guys and to her because city planning told me this is not what they're doing. It was you guys. So I don't know what to do next.
Yeah, that's on
but
their
I hope
end.
that
I'm
somebody
up.
pass this message to Mrs. Hutt.
I'm up
Thank you for
100%,
your time.
as we normally are.
Thank you, sir. And have you reached out to Councilmember Hutt's office already? Because there may be a member of her staff here who could.
I have spoken to his staff, but there are no response of
if you could come on over here, I'll see if I can find a statute.
Well, Alexis, I think what they're figuring out now is they got the money they wanted, at least $20 an hour, but then they're cutting the hours. Instead of working 30 hours or 40, you're only working 22 now. So what's the difference?
You'd like to speak to?
Right? You're back in the same
Unfortunately,
hole.
I was a little late, so I did not sign up. But I was here on March 19th. My name is Johnny Matthews. On March 19th of 2024, I expressed my concerns and my thoughts that tenants should not be evicted because of unnecessary repairs that needed to be done in buildings. I think the council heard my plea because miraculously, my building at 614 Hauser is scheduled for a housing inspection for all 20 units on May 13th, this Monday at 9 a.m. Unfortunately, my court case has already passed, and the judge did rule in the landlord's favor for eviction. I hope I'm still able to fight that eviction because of the repairs and the report that will be conducted and submitted by the Housing Authority. Miraculously, 25% of our building has been
Speaker, your time
Thank you
has
again,
expired.
Clutch.
And
Thank
just
you.
So this is
Next
for
speaker,
Tier
please.
1.
Oh,
Welcome back
go
one
ahead.
more
For
time.
your
Sir
reference and
Westo,
for
thank
everybody
you.
else who is here, we do need people to sign up in order to speak. So there are 2 kiosks in the back, and there is one on the outside. Mr. Spindler,
Just
please do
Spindler,
not
be
interrupt
quiet.
me
Well,
while
they
I'm
won't
trying
do
to
that,
speak to
Crispy.
the public.
Again,
This is your first and only formal warning.
They closed down a lot of
morning.
the, what do you call
If
it
you could please
now?
remind us of the
The,
name
like
that
the
you signed up
lobby,
under
so to
and the
speak,
items
the
you'd
actual
like to speak
inside
to.
of the restaurant and force you to
Sam
go to the
Sulek,
drive-thru.
and I'd like to speak on all items as well as general
Okay,
public
whatever that
comments.
is that you have in the bottle, please put it down. Put it down.
All right.
Sam
We have
Sulek.
3 minutes for the items. That's item 1 and 2.
Is that the
and
guy,
item
the real
6
dude?
and 7, and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the
The
item.
buff dude?
So as I was taking my morning ride to the gym, you know, looking out the window, examining the individuals on the street.
So this is general public comment?
I couldn't help but ponder, is it time to end my bulk?
Oh, Speaker, this is not
Yeah.
on the agenda, so this is your only warning. Please stick to the agenda items first. That's items 1 and 2, and 6 and 7. Or I'm going to move you to general public comment, where you can
What's he
speak
gonna
to
do?
anything in this body's subject matter jurisdiction.
My apologies. Just gonna fix myself a little snackaroo.
No, you will not be doing that. You're disrupting the meeting. Sergeants, he's
Sorry,
disrupting the meeting.
He's making
ordered
cereal.
excluded pursuant to Rule 12.
Sorry.
Have a good
Bro's
day,
making
sir.
cereal.
Sorry, you're out.
Bro brought in
Okay,
cereal
sorry,
and milk.
you're out. You're disrupting the meeting. and
Stacy,
you're ordered
see what you
excluded
created?
Pursuant to Rule 12. Okay.
They're all biting off Stacy now.
Do we have any other speakers who've signed up? Okay. Sir, please make way so that our actual speakers can come up and speak.
Dang
You're
it.
ordered excluded from the meeting. Please leave
Look at
quietly
his
and
face.
immediately.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at that face. Look at that face.
Next speaker, please.
All right, they got him out of there. Bro is
Good morning.
legit
If you could
making
please
some
remind us
cereal.
of the name that you signed up under and the
I
items you'd
love
like
it.
to speak to.
That's awesome.
My name is Brian G. I was rehearsing outside, so I didn't know if you guys called me.
I'm sorry, which items would you like to speak to?
Serial killer.
General
That's it.
speaking.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
That shirt
Okay.
was just perfect.
I am on the verge of being fired from my workplace from Jack in the Box. I am here today to speak on the importance of the fast food workers' rights. We are here in multiple injustices. Our hours have been cut. There are favoritism in the workplace, and there are. Sorry, hold on. There are favoritism in the workplace, and there are forcing people to not call off on certain days. I have been written up twice for something I did not do. For an example, there's a timer in our drive-through, and I have gone over the limit, which I have footage and film that it was not caused by me, but another worker that has falsely accused me for. My
Is this
manager
real life?
tried to stop me from one of the write-ups to take a picture, and
Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Willie. You rock. That's a nice donut.
and forced me to write the write-up, a false write-up.
Get me some good weed with that.
Sorry, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Did bro just come in and complain
Okay.
about Jack in the Box?
So I've taken all of the speakers who signed up here in the council chambers. We'll go next to the phone.
That just happened.
And we'll take 15 minutes of public comment on the phone. First caller, please.
Real life,
which items would you like to speak to?
Real life.
Hi, this is Andrew Riddick for item number 6 in general public comment.
Oh, this
I'm
is
sorry, I couldn't
Trump,
hear you. Item,
Trump
which items in
derangement
public
syndrome
comment?
guy.
Item number 6 in general public comment.
Okay, so
Can
you have
hear
1
me now?
minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the
This
item.
item comes weeks after this council introduced Council File 24-0489 and the Public Works Committee waived consideration of that file yesterday on May 9th. If this council looked at the report from the Bureau of Engineering attached to the Richard Blade Council file, you'd see that the last paragraph as written is asking you to approve an allegedly illegal act, because it states, quote, following the council's action of approval and upon proper application and payment of the required fee, an installation permit can be secured. But that's not what the municipal code states. LAMC 28.04b states, quote, nothing in this section contains shall apply to the installation of terrazzo sidewalks or sidewalks of similar construction, sidewalks permanently colored by an admixture material of which the same are constructed, and for which the Board of Public Works has granted a written permit. LAMC 28.04d states, quote, nothing in this section shall apply to the installation of a metal plaque or plate or individual letters or figures in a sidewalk commemorating an historical, cultural, or artistic event, location, or personality for which the Board of Public Works, with the approval of the City Council, has granted a written
General
permit.
public comment?
And LAMC 62.105, under the title, quote, street sidewalks under improvements, permits required, says that, quote, no person shall lay, construct, reconstruct, or repair in any street or in, over, or through any property or right-of-way owned by or under the control of the city any curb, sidewalk, gutter, driveway, approach, or perform any grading or filling without first obtaining written permit therefore from the Board of Public Works. The star honoring Donald Trump on Los Angeles' sidewalk, and I can't believe this sentence that I'm saying is still a reality today, was never approved by the Board of Public Works because I received the electronic documents for those minutes and agenda items yesterday and today. So you can ask the city attorney here and now, if you'd like, whether or not you should take this vote on this agenda item, because to me it seems like you'd be furthering an additional illegal act. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but someone should get back to me because no one in the city has responded to me on this. Thanks.
Emotional damage. That bro's damage. Bro,
Caller,
we pay
which
the
items
rent
would you like to
every
speak
week,
to?
every month, every day. All right, I gotta go feed Stinks.
Good
morning. I'm sorry. One moment.
Speaker, hold on. Your time has not started.
That's robot
Mr.
lady.
Spindler, I have continued to hear your voice disrupting this meeting. Please be silent or you'll be removed pursuant to Rule 12. Don't interrupt other
gonna
people as they're trying to participate in
Mr.
this
Spindler,
meeting.
too. He's just
Okay, I
walking up.
apologize, Speaker. Go right ahead.
All right, I'm gonna miss this one. I'll be right back. I go feed Stinks.
Which
Thanks. Formally protesting any Brown Act violations, and will speak on items 1 and 7.
Okay. So you have 2
in
minutes
my
for the
opinion, I
items.
demand a no vote on item number 1, categorical exemption communication. If indicted criminal current price, elected Heather Hutt, unelected Heather Hutt, and criminally insane sleazy Marquise Dawson are allowed to vote because they do not represent the public. In my opinion, I also demand a no vote for item number 7, consideration of the motion relative to crime statistics. If indicted criminal current price or unelected Heather Hutt and criminally insane sleazy Marquise Dawson are allowed to vote because they do not represent the public. Metro is an unsafe situation, especially with a lot of people using it as their homes. So it's a real important issue. I still believe that the police department should not be the main ones they use to keep people off of the Metro system that are using it besides catching it to go to and from. We have a lot of things happening, and it's not just the black community, it is all people. In any case, that's for item 7. My general public comment, subhuman, lowlife, Nuri Martinez said, if you're indicted, you will be suspended from this council. Petty pink-faced, corrupt Armenian dictator, Paul Krikorian is even lower than Martinez because he has indicted, out on bail, embezzling criminal, current price, voting daily on corrupt, sleazy council. Public, this is the black representation we have with 20% of the sleazy council. Important information is that black women are only 4.3% of the population, but 22% of rape, 36% of assault, 33% of homicide, and 33% of all-female violence. Nearly 50% of the homeless, 50% of the incarcerated, nearly 50% of the unemployed. This sounds like racism, doesn't it? The black community has zero representation from these incompetent, corrupt sellouts, self-serving, indicted black Uncle Tom members of this corrupt city council, who should resign.
Speaker, your
Thank
time
you
has
very
expired.
Next caller, please.
Caller, which items would you like to speak to?
Hello.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Item 7 in general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Yeah, item 7. Too many assholes are running Metro. Too many. Look at Metro now. It's not safe to ride Metro anymore. Lady got raped. The crazies they own it. The crazies own the damn Metro. The fucking homeless own Metro, and I hope Candido is not there. General public comment.
Go ahead, Sean.
Sidewalks need to be repaved. The streets need to be fixed up. The homeless need housing. Somebody wanted me to bring that up yesterday. We need our streets clean and our homeless housed. That's it.
Oh, dang it. I miss Sean.
That's why I'm not coming downtown no more. Too many fucking crazies on the Metro.
Okay, next caller.
I miss Sean from Canoga Park. Who else did I miss
Caller,
besides Sean?
which items would you like to speak to?
Was it Robot Dog and then Sean? Hopefully.
Hello.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
It was? Okay.
Oh, gross. Yeah,
Rob
I want
Kwan.
to speak on 6, 7 in general public comment.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
And just a heads up, when I go to general, you don't need to tell me I got 60 seconds. No reason to talk over.
Okay.
Flag guy. Walk of Fame. Just think it's amazing how Andrew Rudick has just been all over your asses. And like, we can't even follow the law to put a freaking star in the sidewalk. Just amazing to see the ongoing weaseliness. A small little cute thing, but God, just shows a lot about this city. All kinds of buck passing, and ultimately you just can't even follow your own law. Number 7 on Metro crime. I just want to give a shout out to the ambassadors. There might be some haters here, but what is the alternative? Somebody getting paid twice as much more to wear a badge and a gun, huddle up in a pack of 4 to 6 of them on their phones playing Candy Crush. That's what the cops do on there. Whereas anytime I see Metro ambassadors, they are present, proactive, moving around, letting people know there's a train coming up, giving people directions. Like that. You all this talk about tourism in the Olympics. You actually have people there giving people some sort of direction. Cops ain't helping them. Anytime I'm going to downtown LA on Metro at night, I would say 2/3 of the time there is a Metro ambassador at every single stop. You just don't see that with your little boys in blue. So let's just keep that all into perspective, as well as where I actually feel unsafe, and that is walking my dog outside on the street, because Unisys needs to get a stop sign in over there on Benner and Avenue 60. We need some additional crosswalks there. We need better lighting, even down the street there. That's where I feel unsafe. Not on Metro. I feel really damn safe on Metro compared to the street, walking out there with a bunch of cars barreling around. Now for general public comment, want to talk about the hot topic, Paul Krikorian shamelessly throwing Kevin and Curran back onto committee. I hope you all realize how disposable you are to Paul once you were off this horseshoe. He said, fuck Mike Bonin and fuck his kid. We knew he didn't really care about all of the demographics, the Jewish people, Armenian people, Latino people, indigenous people, black people, all insulted by Kevin. But you would figure that he cared about you guys. He's about the institution. There's this quote from Tammany Hall.
Smoke.
About there's too much honest graft in this town to be engaged in bribery. And
I don't know what's going on with this committee thing, but Paul, he might not be a full Weezer, but he's willing to straddle the line and engage in that honest graft. He'll never admit to it. I have zero inside info, but the only theory that makes sense isn't so much about Kevin and Curran as it is a dream. And he is concerned about the
Next
special
caller,
interest that
please.
I really do
Next
like.
caller, please.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Caller,
He's talking
which
about
items would
me.
you like to speak to?
Rob Kwan, I really do like him, man. He's a smart dude. Peels
Good morning.
him apart.
Good morning. Brock Landers, Los Angeles private investigator.
Shout out to
What's up,
Brock.
nerds and virgins?
Which
Smoking
items would
stand?
you like to speak to?
6 and 7 in general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the
Brock
items
have a
and 1
cold?
minute for general public
He got
comment.
my
Please
cold.
begin with the items.
Hopefully I didn't give it to him.
All right. No Rick D's. Maybe we can combine their squares and they can earn one together, and that way we could get Dick and D's nuts on the same star. I would still like to see Smoke and Scan and Stinks get a star, especially now Stinks is feeling better and healthy again. Number 7, people talking about not using police. I think that we need to have a talk about the nonprofits that the city is using and reassess their usefulness. Just because it's called a nonprofit doesn't mean that they don't make money. It just means they spend all the money that comes in. They suck up to the government so that they can get the friends and family connection to get these contracts. Meanwhile, they don't try as hard to fix the problems, because if they fix the problems, they would be out of business. Just look at WASA. These nonprofits that talk about the character of the people they hire and how it's the most important thing, well, meanwhile, taking advantage of the people they should be helping. General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
I'm not a victim of my perversion. I was in a hospital taking care of someone I loved that had surgery. Them and Stinks are both doing well. Thank you for asking. It was an experiment to see if someone would try to see what people would do. And someone jumped on it, trying to sound like they had something to do with it. They taught Rocklanders a lesson. You just showed everybody that you're dishonest. Just another mouth shitter taking credit for things that you didn't have anything to do with. No wonder you pander to Bob and Paul. You talk about the questionable things that I say and routinely flat hand with people that say racial slurs. So it's okay to drop a racial slur, but you drop the line when somebody talks about a wife. It'll be interesting to see how you react next week, since someone talked about somebody's mom. Y'all have a good weekend, and hopefully everybody stays healthy.
Shout out to Brock, man, and speedy recovery to them, Brock.
A law enforcement
Caller,
type of guy
which items would you like to
who is
speak to?
hired by people to stop these bad individuals.
Shout out to Brock. Speedy recovery to your family member there,
Hi,
Brock.
good morning, City Council. I would like to do item number 7 and general public comment, please.
Good morning. So you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Dude,
Please
reminds
begin
me
with
of
the item.
Richard Serrano's voice a little.
Thank you. Good morning, City Council. Number 7 is an interesting item that is brought to this council's attention by Rodriguez and Padilla. Definitely, safety is a big issue when it comes to public transportation, when we have crazy homeless people who have mental illness or other serious problems, putting the public at risk for their safety. I do have an idea. Why don't you guys allow bus drivers, subway drivers, and any other. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, I just dropped my phone. So my idea is, why don't you allow the bus drivers, the train drivers, and other public transportation drivers
General
to
public
be
comment.
allowed to carry, allow them to carry pepper spray, a taser, anything that's non-lethal to protect themselves from being attacked, and that's been happening over and over and over.
You're allowed to anyways,
that's
without
my
their
suggestion,
permission.
Is to allow public transportation employees to carry pepper spray, stun guns, a taser. That's my idea. That's how we can protect the
do that now,
the
bud.
employees of the public transportation. So, general public comment. I have a suggestion when it comes to public comment. So let's be fair. So if there's 20 people that sign up to speak at the chambers, let's allow 20 people to speak on the phone. That way we have an equal balance right there. That's my suggestion, and thank you, and have a wonderful Mother's Day this weekend.
Sick puppy.
Thank you very much.
Just to
Next
let you
caller,
know,
please.
I usually put about maybe
Caller,
half a
which
gram, maybe a
items would
little
you like to speak
more,
to?
grind it up, and that's one bowl, and that'll have 3 whole bags. I mean, you can go 4, but it'll just not taste as good the deeper you go in. You notice the bag is, you can almost see my face through it.
Caller
You
ending
can
in the last
see.
4 digits
When
9519.
it's milky, you
This is
know,
your last
oh,
opportunity
boy,
to
get
speak.
ready,
Please
Billy.
press star 6 to unmute.
Yes, my name is Jason. I'm a smoker scan viewer.
Good morning.
3.
Which items would you like to speak to?
What items are available there, Buckethead?
So the items that are open for public comment are 1 and 2 and 6 and 7.
Let me get all of them in general public comment there.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Mighty white, yeah, brother. I think I have a question. Can we get something done about these potholes down here on Figueroa? Because I'm down on Figueroa the other day, and I picked up this chick, and she's riding in the passenger seat. She's got her head in my lap, showing me how much she appreciates these
Yeah,
$5.
that's not on our agenda.
And-
Get to the agenda items, or you'll go to general public comment immediately.
Well, I'm talking about these potholes down here on Figueroa there, brother. That's
All
not only
right,
agenda.
general public comment.
Thank you, there, you petty pink face, dictator. So shout out to the smoke can community, of course. But anyway, as I was saying, I picked up this chick the other day on Figueroa, and I'm trying to, paint the inside of her mouth with my baby batter. And we
So,
get one of these
Speaker,
damn
this is
potholes
not
all
under
out
the
here.
subject matter jurisdiction of this body. So you can speak to matters that are under
Dead.
the subject matter jurisdiction
I'm
of this
dead.
council, or you're going to forfeit your
So
speaking time.
potholes, y'all don't take care of potholes there, brother?
You're welcome to speak
not
about
a
the
thing?
potholes if you would like.
Well, I was doing that before you stopped me there, Pumpkinhead. So are you just filibustering or just wasting my damn time? Is that what we're doing here today?
Go ahead. You can continue.
Well, what about my damn time? Is
You
that
have
a thing?
12 more seconds. Go ahead.
Well, it doesn't matter now. You don't wasted all my damn time there, brother. But, y'all have a good weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all these bitches out here. Go out and fuck a mother if you got time, yeah.
Next caller.
Said happy Mother's Day.
Caller, which items would you like to speak to?
I won't say the rest. God, fuck a mother.
Hello.
Good morning. Which items
Hello?
would you like to speak to?
Hi. I would like to do general public, please.
That's
okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Jason and Damon, smoking scan. Are the cleanest thing in the land. Jason sprained his ankle on Figueroa. Picking up some horror. Also, I work at Burger King and spit on your food. And I make too much money and I can't speak English. Lobster.
Lobster. Shout out to Lobster. That's right, Terry. It's good to see you. Happy Friday, Terry.
Okay.
Next caller.
Well, thank you.
Lobster.
Next caller, please.
Lobster, everybody. Lobster.
Caller, which items would you like to speak to?
Item 7 and general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the
Who's
item
this?
and 1 minute for general
Doesn't
public
sound
comment.
familiar.
Please begin with the item.
Crime on Metro would not be an issue if the Honorable Rodriguez was appointed on the Metro board, but we all know Mayor Bass hates Latinos. Crime in Metro stops, near Metro stops in South LA would not be a problem if they had a semiconductor plant offering high-quality jobs. Instead, Mayor Bass decriminalizes prostitution to create the largest red light district in the nation. Our youth deserve a proper job. All this while she lives in a city-funded mansion, while the unhoused live on the street. Mayor Bass is a disgrace. Public comment.
I
The
agree,
state
Terry.
of the city is terrible and getting worse. The Ghetto Insight Safe program is a complete failure. According to Council File 22-1545-S17, the majority of the Ghetto Insight Safe programs are in areas that have the least amount of homeless. Either Smelly Bass is incompetent or Mayor Bass hates Latinos. For example, CD14 has over 20% of the unhoused, but it only has received 6% of the operation. So far, the program has housed 2,600 people for $160 million. That's over $60,000 per person. It's better to give them the unhoused jobs and do nothing like the rest of the mayor's staff. Everything should be focused on the disaster that is our budget shortfall. All city departments must become efficient, especially the police and fire departments. We need less council members, not more. Sadly, nothing will change until the mayor's next election and the Olympics. Mayor Bass is a
Speaker, your
complete
time
failure.
has expired.
Mark,
Next speaker,
this is
please.
actually the small
Caller,
bags.
Which items would you like to speak to?
The other ones are
Hi,
two of
can
these.
you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
In one
Which
bag,
items
there's
would you like to
fifth.
speak to?
All available items and general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
All right, thank you for always being professional, city attorney. We got some CEQA exemptions because the city doesn't actually give a fuck about the environment. I don't know how they know the people that they're giving exemptions to, but I'm sure somebody's shaking someone's hand behind the scenes, and now they don't have to pay some fee that, if it was one of us in our business, we'd have to pay every fucking fee out the ass. Item number 6, Richard Blade's name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I think this dude is the one that came last year or so that they honored. If not, then this city has a hard-on for these British radio show hosts from like 40 years ago. Old and young, no one I know knows who this person is, but I'm sure he's important to somebody. We don't need any more stars in the Walk of Fame. It's covered with homeless people and fucking piss and shit everywhere. So unless one of these people is going to help us clean up the Walk of Fame, we don't need to be putting their names on the Walk of Fame. And as far as the Walk of Fame goes, Richard Blade, I mean, what has he actually done for the city other than just been on the radio? I don't know, unless he started some kind of crazy program and helped out a bunch of kids I don't know about. Like, he don't need to be honored. All he did was make himself money and make himself famous. Well, allegedly famous, because no one I know knows who he is. Item number 7, Monica Rodriguez is full of shit. I don't know where she fits it all. I mean, I think we know where she fits it all. Padilla, I mean, she used Futurama as an example of a fucking nice society to aspire to, form. So maybe she's not the authority on like what's safe and
You do, D-boy.
what we should be looking to plan for our future. All they do is fucking pour money into bullshit programs. That's why the state is investigating them. I'm sure the feds are investigating us too. We don't even have any. We didn't get the report back on 4118. So why are you going to ask for another
All right,
report?
let's go ahead and go to
for
general
something related to
public
public safety? Okay, general public comment. President Paul Kukorian is a corrupt fucking genocide supporting piece of shit. He supports Israel, which supported Azerbaijan in attacking Armenia and gave them weapons to do so. He supports Israel in killing the Palestinians. Fuck Paul Kukorian. But not just for those reasons. Fuck Paul Kukorian for using his platform to essentially prop up his replacement, Adrian Nazarian. That's just corruption on some Gotham City level shit. Public, we gotta stop fighting amongst each other. We gotta come together to get these people out of their fucking seats, but also to take back the city. Shout out to the people that have been protesting. Fuck the people that have been attacking the protesters physically and verbally. We need to occupy City Hall next. We can't stop. They're scared. That's why they keep blocking our public comment. So we need to show up, give more public comment, and show up to these people's homes, They don't pay attention here. I bet they'll be at home at some point.
Next caller, please.
No more callers on queue.
All right. I've taken every speaker here in the chambers and every speaker on the phone, so we'll close public comment on all agenda items and close general public comment. Mr. Clerk, what's next before us?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 1, 2, and 6.
Those items are now before us. Do any members wish to be heard on any of these items? Seeing none, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
10 ayes. And for the record, the ordinance for item 1 will be held over to Friday, May 17, 2024 for second consideration unless reconsidered with 12 members present.
Very good. Thank you. That will bring us next to item number 7, called special by Councilmember Rodriguez. Councilmember.
President, colleagues, item number 7 is pretty simple and self-explanatory. It's a request to have LAPD and the Metro, those involved in the security of Metro, to come and report to Public Safety Committee. And this is born out of, for me, just an immense amount of frustration about the safety concerns that continue to go unresolved and unaddressed with Metro. Today is El Día de los Madres. Mirna Sosa Arauz is not here to enjoy that day because sadly, this system failed her. She was doing what so many Angelenos have to do, take public transit because they have no other alternative means of getting to their work. After a long day of work, she took that Metro ride home only to be assaulted, stabbed, and died as a result of the assault. This is a system that serves some of the poorest, hardest working class this city serves. And yet, what seems to just constantly amaze me is that we live in a city that can literally move mountains to build safer crossings for wild animals than what we can do to deliver for the people who desperately need to get to their jobs safely without being assaulted. There has to be a greater sense of urgency, and while we don't have the direct ability
That's for you, James.
to hold Metro accountable through the policies that they're adopting at the board, we know we have representation there. We need to ensure that we call them back to report to our Public Safety Committee to insert ourselves for the purposes of protecting our constituencies. We can no longer sit and wait for the sense of urgency to arrive at that board and for changes to be made. It's not going to protect riders and operators with plexiglass. We have to have a comprehensive response, and we know that law enforcement will never be the sole source of resolving these issues. But we need to make sure that there's a comprehensive plan and that all hands are on deck to address this conversation, because too many women, family, innocent victims that ride this Metro system that have no other alternative, they need to be protected. And so with that, colleagues, I ask you for your aye vote.
Well, they made a wildlife crossing off the 101 in like near Calabasas.
Council President.
And it's literally so the mountain lions won't get hit as they cross the freeway.
I just want to join you in expressing
and other animals, I'm
my
guessing deer or whatever,
about the public safety crisis on public transit. The crime plaguing our Metro system
hundreds of millions
really
of dollars
just continues to disregard the fundamental obligation of government to keep people safe.
They're the people that
we
make it
knew
happen.
last March that violent crime on Metro was up 24%. We knew that complaints about drug use on transit was up almost 100%.
Andrew
and
says
we
it's
knew
all a
then
lie.
that riders on Metro were asking for more law enforcement. But the headlines have only gotten worse since, and every day thousands of Angelenos with few or no other options are stuck riding Metro in fear. There was a Steve Lopez article in the LA Times just in the last day or two
Looks like a whistle.
that addresses seniors using Metro. And he talked to one retired 75-year-old man who said that he was prepared to defend himself with a walker. Defend himself with a walker. Let the absurdity of that sink in for a moment. And what happens every day on Metro wouldn't be accepted anywhere else. We don't let smoking or open drug use happen in restaurants or public buildings. We don't put up with tagging or vandalism.
Sure you
It
do.
is actually a crime to steal or evade payment.
No, it's
and
not.
violence against workers and customers isn't okay in any setting. But yet on Metro, it seems
think
like
you're lying.
anything goes. And so while this council does not have oversight over Metro operations, thousands of our constituents use it every day, and they're worried. And we need answers. So thank you again, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for bringing this motion, and I look forward to having Metro and LAPD at public safety. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Councilwoman
Stop
Monica
the
Rodriguez,
cat.
for bringing this forward to us. I can't agree with what both of you have said. It's not only about people who have no choice. For years, we have been pushing people. The reason why we built the system is so people wouldn't have to rely on their cars, that people could take public transportation. This was something that we were trying to build for the city to make it more convenient for people. I tell you, the people in my district who used to take the Orange Line to get to Universal Studios or to get the Red Line somewhere, they will not take it anymore. We've argued over and over and over again. If we want people to take more public transportation, we have to make it safe, reliable, and clean. Those three things. Those are things that we can accomplish on our metro station.
Been here for decades.
At our metro station. We have big events coming into the city of Los Angeles. We have to prepare for those events. We can't have people hearing stories and coming in and already afraid to use our public transportation system. So thank you so much. This keeps happening over and over and over again. People are riding in fear or just not riding at all. And I welcome the conversation to have them here so we can discuss how we move forward to make sure that our system does accomplish those three goals. So thank you.
Thank you. There's no other speakers on the queue. So on this item, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
You guys are too funny.
10 ayes. And for the record, this item is adopted as amended.
I love
by
that
motion
Mr.
Rodriguez
Spindler
Park.
and Candido, they're still
Very
there.
good. Thank you. What other business is now before us?
Mr. President, Council has motions for posting and referral.
Without objection, posted and referred. Next.
The desk is clear, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Any
get up outta here,
announcements,
son.
members? Councilmember Rodriguez.
Yes.
Of course,
Thank
she
you
needs to
again.
talk again.
Feliz Dia de las Madres, and of course, Happy Mother's Day to everyone, whether you celebrate today or on Sunday. Want to celebrate and uplift all the contributions of so many hardworking moms every single day in this building and around the city and around the world. But also want to take note that tomorrow, Saturday, is Fire Service Day. And so it's an opportunity for anyone in your local neighborhood, go check in on your local fire station. There are a number of events planned throughout the city, so we want to make sure that everyone takes advantage of visiting their local fire station. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Hernandez.
How many
Thank you,
fire
Council
stations
President.
does
Just
he
to
go to
echo the
tomorrow?
sentiments of my colleague, Councilwoman Rodriguez, today is Dia de las Madres. It's Dia de las Madres, Mother's Day for mothers de Guatemala, from Mexico, El Salvador, and Latin America. And I wouldn't be here without my mom. My mom's from Mexico, an immigrant from Mexico, and I'm just grateful for her and grateful for all the moms that throw down for us every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you guys
Any
going
other
crazy
announcements,
for?
members? Are there any motions for adjournment? Members, any motions for adjournment?
Nah. Oh, of course. We got
All right. Well, then, with that, to all the mothers who are here in our chambers and watching at home, happy Mother's Day this weekend. And members, go forth and serve the city well. This meeting is adjourned.
So I guess that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a quick one today. It's a quicker one today. At least we got some fun in, and we got some of the regulars up in that joint. Shout out to Brock and Jason as always for getting in there. Hopefully Shelly didn't get cut off. I know it gets rough sometimes trying to get up in there. But yeah, man, we got another show coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So shit, yeah. Well, that's a pretty cool shot. We'll watch that for a second. Oh. There we go. Look at that. There's the ship. Shit, yeah. The ship is here. That thing's a monster. That thing is tall. Yep, we'll be live tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time, so please adjust to your time zones. We get our double show in for all our Friday night fun. Yeah, other than that, I don't know what else to say. Other than it was a pretty decent meeting. June, I'd rather not. I mean, because that's, another two hours, and then I got 5 hours tonight, and then that'll make it 9 hours. So yeah, I don't really want to do that. But we'll be on later tonight. I got stuff I got to do. Great comedy show. Yeah, I mean, it is. Shout out to San Diego Webcam. As you can see, go follow San Diego Webcam. Go see all the live shots here of all the Navy vessels and all kinds of stuff that you see over here, which is really cool. Wait, what did that just say? Hold on a second. Hold on. Never mind. Shit, yeah, man, it's Friday. I'm down. I'm down, Steven. I'm down. Going to search for Mexican submarines. They do have those homemade cartel ones. I think most of those are going from like Cuba or wherever. Coming into Florida. I don't know if there's so much coming here. They just don't even give a fuck here. They're packing those Ponga boats or whatever and just, dude, they're driving them right onto the sand. You see videos packed with a whole bunch of people going right up, jamming it up in the sand, beaching it purposefully, almost hitting surfers and swimmers. And then as soon as it stops in the sand, they all hop out and run up, and there's usually a car waiting for them. You know, they can get a cell signal on the water out there. That way, as soon as they get out, the car's already there. Boom. Next thing you know, they're in the car and gone. Well, yeah, you got to remember, it's like a battleship of some sort. A destroyer, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I only saw the very small part of it. It's been behind this fucking piece of land. Burning dookie. We can burn some dookie if you want to burn some dookie.
That needs to go. Why are we sitting in a town that burns feces? Why is that going on? Jason, you were at the ribbon cutting. Dubs was at the ribbon cutting. Ed Steve was at the ribbon cutting. Why are we in a town that burns dookie?
I could have her on the phone for an hour too, talk about dookie burning and everything else that's going on over there, man. Me too, Beach Bum. It's cool. I like that it rotates too. It's not like a stale shot. San Diego Webcam has a few. He's gotten a lot of attention too. In fact, the federal government tried to shut some of his cameras down because they felt as though it was giving away positions of certain vessels. But the problem with that is, as soon as you're in the waters here and you're outside, there's really not much you can do. Just like us, if you don't like being filmed outside, you gotta leave. They can film you. Look at that. They can film you in the, what do you call it? Oh man, look at that. Tugboats and the submarine. Shit, yeah. Bro. See how cool it is to have a fucking apartment right there and just see all that shit all the time? Be cool as fuck. Dang, look at all the Blackhawks. It's the new apocalypse now. No, Mike, nobody needs your consent. Not if you're outside. If you're in a public place, you don't need anybody's consent. In fact, they can film you in your house. You need to close your drapes or your blinds. So if I'm on the sidewalk, which you don't own, and you own your house, and you're inside with the windows open, I can shoot into your window legally. I do it all the time. It's up to you to close your windows. You know? And again, as far as being out and about, it's really freedom press at that point. You're fair game if you're outside. It's just how it is. That's why a lot of celebrities do their best to kind of hide. Dress down. Have a separate car that's, you know, that's just kind of low key. But then there's the celebrities that say they don't want to be bothered and are literally calling TMZ saying, hey, I'm going to be here, so you get ready to take the pictures. So believe me, that does happen. So shit, yeah. Privacy is fake. Well, I mean, there is privacy, but it's just, again, when it comes to taking pictures, we'll take a look at what's going on here in Amsterdam. Uh-oh, we locked out. What's going on? There it is. Yeah, there's no real, there's no law saying they can't shoot you. I mean, that's what most of these auditor channels are about. You know what I mean? They're expressing their legal right to press and shooting whatever they want. And a lot of times they're just outside of a place and someone just doesn't want them taking pictures of their place. And that's how the fight starts. You know, because they're angry that someone's got a camera in their face. Well, I mean, that's just how it is. Now, you're not supposed to go on private property. If you notice, they're not going on their property and filming. They're filming from a public right-of-way, which is the sidewalk, which every tax-paying American pays the right to use. So, your what do you call it? Your business doesn't own the sidewalk. At that point, you better hope that maybe you're in one of those rare places where there's no sidewalks. But usually those are really wealthy residential areas versus more industrial or commercial. So, because what sense does it make to not have a sidewalk for somebody to use to come up to your business? So, you know what I mean? So that would force you to stand in the street at that point, which is, you know, just a few feet different, and cameras are good enough. And again, if you notice, right, they'll come out and close the door, right, and say, hey, that way you can't film. And then some of them have a stick, and then the stick looks in. Again, if you can see it, and you're out in the open, you can see it. It's just what it is. So now they're angry because you have your camera on a pole looking over the fence they closed, right? And I mean, again, it's, you know, people need to realize these things, that it isn't against the law, unfortunately. And if you really want privacy, you need an enclosure where it's completely enclosed. As I assure you, after that, most people are gonna go away. You know, it's nothing for them to film, and there's so many other places they could go and actually get the responses they're looking for sometimes. Because I think that's what a lot of it's about. It's not, a lot of them are educating the people about what the rights are, and then some of them, I feel, are there just to garner a response from folks, you know, which is, again, they're right, you know. But I could only watch so much of that sometimes. It just gets kind of angering. Not angering, but annoying. Like, I get a headache. Just the constant back and forth arguing. No more Fourth Amendment? Yeah. Yeah, I was watching, what's his name? I just found his channel. Apparently he's huge. Danny Mullen. Dude's funny. Him and his buddy going around, and they went onto the UCLA campus and were just riling up the Palestinian folks, the pro-Palestinians and the pro-Israelis, and he was going back and forth. He's funny. He's a funny guy. And yeah, he went on to what fucking college campus was that? It was the most liberal college campus in the world. He got the Three Wise Men costumes from Amazon and put those on. A little head wrap went on with a Palestinian flag. Was it Evermont or something like that? Some school like that. And he goes and starts screaming and getting these white kids to go with him, and then he's like, wait a minute, you're white, you know, you're privileged, you know. You can't be protesting with us. You need to go. Your white privilege is making me sick right now. And it was just too funny. They were going inside the cafeteria chanting and shit, stirring up the school that does nothing but the stirring. It was genius. Dude's pretty funny. So if you haven't seen him, Danny Mullen, Mullen, common spelling of Danny, on YouTube. His videos are hundreds of thousands on every one of them. So he's pretty funny. He's going everywhere. He went to a NASCAR event out here in Fontana and dressed as a Biden supporter with his buddy. And oh boy, he stirred the pot there. Because, I mean, of course you're going to find a whole lot of Trump supporters there. And these fools are wearing Biden shirts and Biden signs and screaming at everybody, flicking them off. They're all going to fucking kill you. And, they're just screaming out of their cars as they're walking by, like, into the race. And people are driving by just screaming at them randomly because of the shirts and shit they were wearing and the signs they were carrying. And it's just trolling. That's all they're doing. They're trolling because they're actually Trump guys, I think. Yeah, he trolls hard, but the funny thing is he's funny with it. He's a funny guy. He's quick-witted, that's for sure. Him and his buddy. So it makes for a good show. And I'd never heard of him, but apparently he's been big for a long time. But I enjoy his videos, so I've been watching a few of them now. And yeah, they almost jumped him at that Palestinian protest. They were trying to force him to say fuck Zionists, and there was 10 or 15 of them around him, threatening him. Yeah, dude. I mean, it was getting wild because he was there like the night that we saw when all the riot kind of shit popped off. And then he went the next day, and apparently he went to UCLA. He's like, that's his alma mater. He went to UCLA, and I think that's another reason why he wanted to see what was going on at his old school. But dude's pretty funny. You know, and he goes to all kinds of places, Hollywood Boulevard, everywhere. You know, like I said, trolls people up. But the problem is he's becoming famous to where people, when he's trying to do his shtick, if the person doesn't recognize him, somebody else does. It's almost like Borat. You know, Borat had this great shtick. You could just crush everybody out, and it was always so fucking funny. But if you tried to do Borat now, it's impossible for them to do it, or for him, Sacha Baron Cohen, to do it, because somebody's gonna pull over the car. Oh my God, it's Borat, and then they're gonna know it's fake. Not to mention, most people have seen Borat, one of the Borat movies, if not all of them. So I think that he's headed that way. He's starting to get so big that it's always like somebody who wants to stop and get a selfie with him, and that kind of tips him off. This dude must be somebody if they want to take a selfie with him. Sacha Baron Cohen is a total piece of shit. Well, I don't know the man, PJ. I'm just talking about the character, not the man. I mean, you know, I know Robert De Niro's a piece of shit too, but I've seen a lot of his movies. Right, Goodfellas was pretty good. Fucking Bronx Tale's pretty good. And there's a lot of others, right? We can go on about this all day, but we're not. So let me say goodbye to you guys. I appreciate everything you do for each other and myself. Thank you for the likes, the love, the donations are huge, and the thumbs ups. They work and they're free. They work and they're free. It's got a fishing pole. Shit, yeah, they're going fishing. Shit, yeah. I will see you guys later tonight. So set your time. 8 p.m. Pacific time, so please adjust to the time zone. It is Friday. Thank God it's fucking Friday. We can get that going, man. Be happy. It's Friday, man. It's Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
That's it. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here for now. On behalf of Stink Bombs, who was here, he's gone, and myself, I'm out of here until 8. I'll see you later today. Please rest up. Get your food up in you. Get all the goodies for the show. And if you can't join us, I understand that too. Have a fantastic Friday night. Be safe and join us on the next one. Make sure those notifications are clicked to all, especially on YouTube. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a gang.